It was supposed to be a perfect day. I had been planning my birthday for weeks. Nothing big, just a small dinner at home, candles, wine, a few close friends, and of course my husband, Daniel, and my best friend, Laura. We had all known each other for years. Laura was like family. She helped me pick my wedding dress. She knew everything about me, about us. I woke up that morning feeling good. 32. Not too young, not too old. Daniel kissed me on the forehead and said he had a surprise for later. He left early, said he had errands to run. I believed him. By 6 p.m., everything was ready. Food, music, wine chilling. I wore the red dress Daniel loved, tight at the waist, soft on the skin. I wanted to look special for him. Guests started arriving. Laughter filled the room. And then Laura came in, late, like always. Lipstick perfect, perfume strong. She hugged me tightly, too tightly. And Daniel? He wasn't there yet. He arrived 20 minutes later, said traffic was insane. His hair was wet, like he had just showered. He avoided eye contact when he kissed me. Something was off. I felt it. But I smiled because I didn't want to ruin my birthday over a weird feeling. The night went on. Drinks flowed. Daniel was drinking more than usual, so was Laura. At some point, I noticed they were whispering in the kitchen. She laughed at something he said. His hand brushed her lower back. Maybe it was innocent, maybe it wasn't, but it didn't feel innocent. I pushed the thought away. Around midnight, the last guests were leaving. Laura offered to help clean up. Daniel disappeared to walk someone out. When I came back from the kitchen, they were both gone. Gone. I checked the backyard. Empty. I went upstairs. Our bedroom door was closed. My heart dropped. I stood there, hand shaking, staring at the doorknob. I didn't want to know, but I had to know. I opened it. The room was dark, silent, empty. They weren't there. I felt like a fool. And then, a sound from the guest room. The door was slightly ajar. I pushed it open. They were there. Not naked, but close enough. Laura's shirt was unbuttoned. Daniel's belt was undone. They froze like animals caught in headlights. No one said anything. For 10 seconds, there was just silence. Then Laura said, "It's not what it looks like." Of course. I walked out, locked myself in the bathroom. I didn't cry, I didn't scream. I just stared at my face in the mirror, at the red dress, at the woman who just watched her life break apart on her birthday. 15 minutes later, Daniel knocked on the door, begged to talk. I opened it, not because I wanted to, but because I needed to hear what lies he'd choose. He said it was a mistake, that it just happened, that it was the first time. I didn't believe him. Laura was gone, left without saying a word. I slept in the guest room. The next morning, I packed a bag and left. But this isn't the end, not even close, because 3 weeks later, I found out something that changed everything. Something that made me realize I wasn't the victim. I was part of a much bigger game, and I had just started playing. 3 weeks, no calls, no texts, silence. Daniel tried once, sent an email with some long apology I never finished reading. Laura? Nothing, like she vanished. I was living at my sister's, trying to breathe, trying to not think. But the problem with silence is that it's loud, too loud. And eventually, I gave in, started digging. Old texts, photos, dates, times. I became an investigator in my own marriage. And I found it. A photo from 6 months ago. A restaurant I'd never been to. Daniel sitting across from someone. Only her arm in frame. Same gold bracelet Laura always wore. Same black nail polish. Then, hotel bookings. His name, her initials, room for two. Repeated. They weren't new. They'd been at this for a long time. My stomach turned. I wanted to break things, scream, but I didn't. Instead, I planned. Because here's the thing. When people betray you, they assume you'll fall apart. They don't expect you to get smarter. I reached out to Laura from a fake account. She took the bait, thought it was a man flirting. We chatted. She sent photos. I sent compliments. After a few days, I asked to meet. She agreed. I chose a hotel, same one she used with Daniel. I showed up early, booked the room next door. I wanted her to see what betrayal really feels like. She walked into the lobby, same confident walk, same fake smile. I stepped out from behind a column and said, "Surprise." Her face drained of color. "What the hell are you doing here?" "I could ask you the same thing," I said. She tried to act tough, but her eyes gave her away. "You don't understand," she started. "It wasn't supposed to happen like this." I laughed. "No, I bet it wasn't." She didn't apologize. She didn't even lie well. She just stood there, silent, knowing the game was over. One sentence. She was cheating on you, too. Because guess what? Laura had another man, a rich one, married. Daniel wasn't her secret. He was just one of many, a backup. And Daniel, he was never the victim either. Just a fool who thought he was special. The real twist? I already knew. All of it. I knew months before my birthday. I found the texts. I saw the signs. But I didn't confront them. Why? Because I wanted to catch them in the act. I wanted them to think they had fooled me. I wanted to watch it burn and walk away clean. And I did. I filed for divorce. I cut off Laura. And then I posted everything online. Screenshots, timelines, hotel receipts. I didn't name names, but people figured it out. Their lives? Ruined. Mine? Just beginning. It's been 2 years. I live in a different city now. New job, new friends, a better version of myself. Stronger, colder, smarter. I don't talk about Daniel or Laura anymore. Most people don't even know that story. To them, I'm just the confident woman who rebuilt her life, and I did. But life has a funny way of circling back. It started with an email from a name I didn't recognize. Subject line, "Do you know her?" There was an image attached. Laura. Different hair, same smile. Sitting next to a man in a suit. Older, rich looking, familiar. I stared at the screen for 5 minutes. The man was my boss, CEO of the company I now worked for. Laura was dating him. No, using him. I knew the look in her eyes, the manipulation, the game. And suddenly I was back in that guest room. The belt, the lies, the betrayal. But this time, I wasn't broken. This time, I had power. I didn't act right away. I watched, waited. I started noticing things. Fake invoices, closed-door meetings, travel paid by the company that didn't match up. And guess what? Laura was getting paid under a fake name from our budget. I collected everything. Screenshots, transactions, surveillance footage. And then I sent it all, anonymously, to legal, to HR, to the board. Laura was fired within 48 hours. The CEO forced to resign. Scandal, news coverage. And me, I got promoted. No one knew it was me behind it. Not until a week later, when I got a message from an unknown number. "You haven't changed. Still a snake." "L," I replied. "Better a snake than a stupid little spider who keeps getting caught in her own web." Blocked. Done. But here's the real twist. Daniel called me 2 nights later, after years of silence. He said he'd seen the news, said he was sorry again, said he missed me, that I'd always been too smart for them. And then he asked something that made me laugh. "Can we meet?" So I said yes. Why? Because I knew something he didn't. Laura was pregnant. It was his, and I had proof. We met at a quiet cafe. Daniel looked older, tired, the kind of tired that doesn't come from work, the kind that comes from losing. I wore black, clean, sharp, like a final sentence. He smiled like nothing had happened. "I've missed you," he said. I didn't respond. He tried again. "You always saw everything coming. I should have listened to you." I tilted my head. "You didn't call me here just to apologize." He hesitated. "Laura's in trouble. She disappeared. She's pregnant. I think it might be mine." I pretended to be surprised. "Is that so?" He leaned forward. "I don't know what to do. I need your help." I smiled for the first time. "I know," I said. "I figured you might." I slid a small envelope across the table. He opened it. A DNA test. His, hers, the baby. Results, 0% match. He blinked. "What?" I looked him in the eye. "It's not yours, Daniel. It never was. I just wanted to see your face when you found out." He stared at me, speechless. I knew she'd run. I just gave her a little push. He whispered, "Why would you do all this?" I stood up, picked up my coat. "Because you both thought you broke me." I leaned in close. "But I'm the one who lit the match." Then I walked out. No revenge left, no sadness, no rage. Just silence. And for the first time in years, peace.